right. You just take it easy on yourself, all right?
Yeah,
You've done what you can do, and
I
the rest
know.
is up to her. And you got, under the circumstances, I think the best response you could get realistically. The best response would have been total forgiveness and we're just fine. But
Yeah,
that's
well,
not realistic.
no, it's not, and it doesn't
The
help when I hear stories like Violet stories.
what stories?
Oh, the story about the fact that she got Molotov by her.
Mm,
Yeah, apparently she
yeah.
wasn't the target, but she still got hit. So
Yeah. Well, I think in situations like that, if she's hurt or something like that, I think the fact that when you were hurt, she showed up, you know, I
yeah,
think you could show up too for her.
yeah. Assuming
Don't
she did
push it
not remove me
beyond,
from
but
her list.
true, true. But I'll be honest with you, sometimes when you're hurt, that's kind of one of the first things you do is delete and remove and
Yeah,
all that stuff. So from
I
her
was
end, she might have.
I literally was about to the day that I had my near heart attack. Yeah, the doctor that saw
Yeah.
the list probably saw the file on my phone. Are you sure you want to delete? But it wasn't.
Aw,
Yeah,
you know what? That is a very good idea. That
hmm?
is a very good idea to have a folder like that because you get to remove it from the immediate place, but then you really have that second. Like, are you sure? So that you can
Yeah.
put it back if you really, That's. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna steal that.
Hmm.
No, get back. That was.
Yeah, yeah. It just doesn't help. The violent stories doesn't help me because
Mhm.
in a way it ties to why my fight with her began.
Yeah.
Like hurting people for no reason.
Mhm. I understand. What I would say to is that were you angry with her for a legitimate reason? The way you lashed out, obviously, you already admitted that was too much, and you said too much and everything. But
Yeah.
the initial reason that you were angry, was it legitimate in your opinion? Like, you feel you were angry with her for a legitimate reason?
I mean, what started it is the fact that she told the day before I heard things. I heard she got hurt by someone, and then that other someone told me that she or them first, and they made it sound like it was malicious. So I was upset. I thought she tried to kill someone without a reason, and I've always been against all kind of violence. Like there's somebody can look the other way, but if you don't have a reason, or if you're just like screwing around and then somebody gets hurt and there's a
Yeah.
potential to die, that
But was
I
it
draw the
true?
line there.
Was it true, or was it just something that you
I
heard?
was missing context, but
Okay.
the next day she told me something along the lines of, "It doesn't matter if I hurt people. My actions have no consequences." That really angered me to hear something like that for personal reasons that she knows about.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Because I know damn
Okay.
well how it feels to accidentally hurt someone.
Yeah. Well, what I would say to you is while you're waiting for her to kind of get to where she needs to be, you should probably take some time to think about like what you want, because you have to see if that kind of I guess difference in, I don't know if it's morals or the way you think of consequences or things like that,
Yeah,
if that can mesh, you know what I mean?
yeah. I
Because will
mean,
you have to compromise your morals in order to be friends with her. Like if this is something that's how she thinks and you just fundamentally disagree with it,
Yeah,
is it a deal breaker for friendship? Can you overlook it? Can you bypass it? You know what I mean?
I do. It's rough because on one side I don't want to lose her because it hurts even more, and I've been miserable ever since. On the other side, I knew she toned it down a little when I was with her,
Mhm.
but I've been hearing things she's doing when I'm not around, and
Yeah,
I'm struggling to not voice
yeah,
how I feel about it. And when I do, I'm being selfish. Apparently,
right.
that's what everybody has been telling me.
But you have to remember something. Um, People can grow apart. You know, the way you start with somebody doesn't mean that's how you're going to grow, and sometimes you grow in different directions. You can't. She's a grown woman. You can't control what she
I
does.
know.
Even
I don't
if
want to control her.
no, I know, but I'm not saying that.
I
I'm
know
not
that's how
saying
she
that.
felt because she said as much.
Yeah, but it's because you feel judged. You feel like somebody that
Mm.
you trust, respect is judging you, and you're coming up short. You know, and that will make it difficult for a person to kind of be themselves around you because they'll feel like if I'm not who he thinks I should be, or if I don't do things the way he thinks things should be done, then he's not gonna like me. He's not gonna respect me. He's not going to trust me. All that stuff. He's gonna, you know,
It's
be upset with me. But it's not. But it's not. But you have to also take into consideration the fact that it's not just her. Like you
I,
can own that
I,
you said some bad stuff and you apologize, but you also have to take some time for you and say, "This is my friend, but is she still the same person I
no, she's
knew?"
not. That I can tell you right now, she's
Okay,
not.
then you have to ask yourself, "Am I? Can I be a friend to this version of her?" Or am I still trying to hold on to the version of her that I know already doesn't exist anymore?
Oh, I
You
was
have to
definitely doing
adapt with
from
her.
her.
Well, you have to ask yourself before. Forgiveness is great. And I hope you guys get there, but you also have to be true to you, and ask yourself, am I okay with being friends with somebody who's doing things like this that is really something that I am against? But do I just overlook it because it's her? If this behavior, these
Yeah, I
activities,
think that's a
if it
bigger
was
problem.
somebody
That's
else,
where
would
I'm
I?
at.
Yeah. But what I'm saying to you is, while you're giving her time and space to get to a place where someday can happen, you have to also be honest with yourself and think about when that someday comes. If she's still on this path, are you going to want to be on that path with her? Not to do it yourself, but to just
Hmm.
be witness to her doing it and not saying anything.
I think that's a bigger problem there.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes
I
you
mean,
just have to be the friend and let people do what they want because it's their life. But if it's like fundamentally against your morals and bothers you to that point, then are you going to start to resent them? These are all things you have to think about for yourself because it's a friendship is a two-way street.
yeah,
I believe you guys are going to work it out though.
I
However
hope
it's
so.
going to work out, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely gonna be different.
Yeah.
I don't think the word best friend will ever apply again. Friend, maybe,
Uh,
but best, I don't think so.
well, I mean that's up to the two of you because I mean, if you think about it, a best friend, friends period to me, I consider like that's the family that you choose. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So best friend, that's like a brother or sister in the way I look at a best friend, right? Families who have that familial tie, either by blood or adoption or whatever, You can have a family member that's just a straight laced, law abiding citizen, doesn't do anything else, and then you can have a sibling who is just a notorious, serial killer or a bank robber or whatever.
Yeah,
That
you
doesn't
know,
stop you from being, loving your sibling. It's just like I can't be a part of that, but I still love you.
yeah, that's the
You know.
weird part. I've been able to look the other way for most people in the city.
Hmm.
I don't know why it feels different with her. I can't put my finger on it.
I mean,
The only thing I can
I
think of is
think
because of
you
how she was
do.
when I met her and when we became friends.
Can
She
I ask you a
used.
more sensitive question?
Okay.
When you think of her, do you only think of her as a friend? And I say that
I,
simply
I,
because if you
I
have
used to not.
still
Those feelings are gone.
are gone. Okay.
Yeah, I am no longer romantically interested in her.
Okay. All right.
Those feelings died.
Okay. Because I
I
was
would
gonna
admit they were
say
there
maybe
for a
that
very
might
long
be
time,
why.
especially after she kissed me.
Yeah. I remember you told me that.
Yeah, and I knew damn well it wasn't going to go anywhere. I knew where.
Hmm.
Why did I say new well? What does that even mean?
I know what you meant, though. I get it.
Yeah, and we've
Have to
definitely
feel.
been teased a lot, especially by the clowns, but because of that. Even this week, they're still teasing us, which
Mm.
is awkward now,
Yeah.
considering.
I understand. I understand. Listen, you are conflicted, which is normal under the circumstances, but as long as you unpack it for yourself, just make sure that whenever she's ready, someday, whenever that happens, just make sure you're also ready for what's right for you. And that
Yeah.
doesn't mean you absolutely can be best friends again if both of you want that, but you have to then be both willing to respect the boundaries that will exist, because unless you're gonna co-sign on what she's doing, then she has to respect the fact that there are certain things that you're not on board with. And the same way, you have to be able to respect the fact that you can't like judge her, like you can't say lecture her about right and wrong and everything, because she knows and she understands and she still wants to do these things.
Hmm.
So if you can't accept that, then you probably won't be able to do that. But just don't think you have to forego the relationship. You just have to reestablish the boundaries and see if they're okay for both of you.
Yeah, that's probably a long discussion we're gonna need.
Yeah,
And it
absolutely.
terrifies me because I'm afraid we're gonna say the wrong thing.
I mean, it's not the truth is never the wrong thing, because you have to be honest. When you try to sugarcoat something, or it's just rip the band-aid off and just say what you mean. That's the most honest
Yeah.
thing you can do. Thank you. Honestly.
Look, there you go. There's both.
Thank you so much.
Let me run and
Yep,
grab
yep.
the rosy quick.
Okay.
Yeah. You're gonna be fine. The situation is gonna be fine. But you also have to understand that people aren't sometimes meant to be in your life the same way forever.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just for a season, and they serve their purpose in your life, you serve a purpose in theirs, and then you move on. And it's hard to do that because you don't want to, but sometimes the decision's not
Definitely don't.
yours, right? I don't think you guys are going to be enemies. I
No, I
just
don't think
think
so either.
yeah, I
I
just
mean,
think you're gonna
she visited me in ICU, and she also warned me when somebody was plotting to do something against me
yeah.
this week. So
Yeah, I think you have to get away from the idea of best friend and just think of her as family, because we allow so much more for our family than we do for our friends. Like, really, you think if you weren't
it,
my
it,
brother, if you weren't my sister, I swear to God, I'd never speak to you again. you
it's
know
funny you say that because that the Mr. Ratchet keeps coming up to me and be like, "Hey, why are you in love with your sister?" I'm like, "She's not my sister." Ooh.
Yeah, I think if you
I
start
I've
like
had to
thinking
just
of her
go
like that would
and
be better.
I, I yeah, I've had to put my foot down and be like, "No, not sister. But go away with that."
Oh my god.
I mean, considering
Yeah.
that felt a little ew.
Hmm. But honestly, I think putting her in that category in your not necessarily like, oh, well, let's be siblings now, but just the feeling, make it sibling like. And then you'll feel like, oh God, she's doing this again, and I don't. But you know what? That's my sister. I love her, but that's her. And you'll see, you're not gonna have it. But friends, eh, somebody may not always be your friend, but somebody who's your brother, your sister will always be your brother, your sister, even if you never speak to them again.
Hmm.
But there's also this underlying willingness to try and try and try with family that we don't have for any other relationship. So that's why I'm saying it might be helpful for you guys to reestablish your relationship to
Yeah,
a familial one, because then the tolerance level will be much higher.
yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be fine. It's just gonna take time. Well, I hope I'm here to see when it all plays out.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen her in a few days, so
Mhm.
I I don't think it's gonna get settled before the end of the holidays. I'd be surprised. Also, I don't know
Just
how much I'll
don't.
be around anyway, so.
Yeah, I was gonna just don't. I'm not telling you to forget about it, but I'm just saying you got your answer from her side someday. So just go about your life. You know, if you see her, then, obviously
Yeah.
follow her lead, acknowledge whatever, but just keep it moving. Then when she's ready, she'll reach out and say whatever, but don't keep being sad about it. I mean, I'm not telling you to just, ignore him. I'm just saying work to getting over that part and just kind of move on with things. And also really break down what you want out of the friendship too.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh, Patrick,
Sorry,
you're
I
gonna
don't
be
know
all
what
right.
I want. I, I don't know why I can't look the other way with other people, and I'm just.
I think you already said it because of you've watched this progression from where
Yeah.
you she was to now, and it's very different.
Yeah, she used to be this person who literally felt remorse for hurting someone.
Yeah.
And she actually felt remorse for someone actually kind of deserved to be hurt in a way. I know it's terrible
Mhm.
to say, but I,
Yeah.
I think you get what I'm trying to say there.
Yeah, I do. I understand.
Like, and I, and in a way, I kind of admired that person back in the day, considering that we don't have many people like that in the city.
Yeah.
Like 95% of the city will just hurt people and be like, haha, and move on.
Yeah.
And even when she became a clown,
Yeah.
I mean, she was violent at first, but she was putting it on the fault of on the drug people gave her. Then she tried to return to being a quote unquote civilian clown, I guess. She tried,
Hmm.
and I kind of like that. She was still a clown, but different from the others. Like she wasn't the same violent type of clown like most of the others are. I'm not saying that they all are, but
Yeah.
I kind of like that she
I know
was
what you mean.
different and unique. But now she's slowly becoming the same as everybody else.
I understand. But I guess where you have to figure out if you're okay with that or not.
Yeah.
Because it sounds to me, with the very limited information that I have,
Mm.
it's either she's embracing something to kind of deal with something else. Maybe,
She's trying to find herself. That's one thing
yeah,
she's told me.
maybe it makes her feel powerful. I mean, after everything that she went through with the Ember thing and
Yeah,
that situation
all our
there,
traumas.
and yeah, and anything that happened before that, you know,
Yeah,
there's when you
that's one
get
thing where I have not been very nice to her. I because of the heat of the moment, I thought she was using her traumas as an excuse to everything that happens. Yeah, that wasn't nice of me.
the thing is, you know, when you go through a lot and kind of been victimized a lot, you get to a place where you want to feel, I don't want to say just strong, but you want to feel like you can take care of yourself, you can protect yourself, or like you're not somebody that somebody will choose to victimize because you're too much work, or you're too hard, or something like that.
You want to grab the power for yourself.
Yeah, yeah. So you get to that place of get them before they get me type energy, or you get to a place of where you don't have that thing that tells you you shouldn't. Like, you're supposed to be above it. You're supposed to be better than that. You're supposed to not stoop to their level, but
That's, that's
you
something
you
I said
kind of,
before a long time ago.
yeah. But the thing is, you get to a place, if some shit has happened to you too many times, you get to a place where you want to stoop to that level. You want to be right there so that you can know how to protect yourself from it. You want to be the monster instead of having the monster find you. The thing with that though is if that's not genuinely who you are, you can't sustain that for long. But in the
That's funny.
meantime, you can do so much damage that by the time you get your senses again, you can't forgive yourself for the things that you did. So she might end up in that
Hmm.
situation, and then she will need a friend like you to help her forgive herself. But you don't
God.
know what version this is going to turn out to be until it plays out for her. Because in this quest, I guess, to find herself, she's actively doing things that
Hmm.
is a complete contrast to who she was.
Oh yeah.
She may not want to be who she is because there's like pain and victim association with that. So she wants to be something else, stronger, tougher. So then there's this, and she may embrace it, and that may be who she is moving forward. But then she may also look back on it at some point and regret it. But these aren't things that she can take back. So it's going to be
Hmm.
painful in a different way. Because now what could potentially happen is that the way she looks at like the smileys and all that who hurt her, now she's
Yeah.
gonna know that for people that's who she is. She is literally going to become the exact thing that she hates the most. And she's either going to be fine with that or it's going to torment her later. And as you said, there aren't a lot of people in this place that will be willing to kind of help her get through that. I'm no shame to them, but especially the clowns.
Yeah.
Well, some of the clowns, because I feel like the ones that are really close to each other, they really will have their back.
Yeah. I had a vision of the clouds, and this week it got shattered as well. I thought
Oh
we only
no,
went. Yeah. I thought we only attack people that wronged them. I didn't think we would just attack someone for the sake of attacking someone without a reason.
wait, did they?
I mean, the whole. I don't know how much we've been around this week, but we were. Most of the
Not
clowns were
too
working
much.
Sanya Buns this week. And whenever a
Uh
food
huh.
stall tried to open, we would send someone to Molotov the stall. Can't say I'm a fan of that, especially since some people that work these stalls did not even deserve to be Molotoved. Because they never did anything wrong to the clowns. Ever.
Yeah. But to be fair, that's fucked up for sure. But it does fall in line with what they would think is just yucking around. You know, that to them that isn't, just close your stall. Like that's how they are. They're chaotic. I'm not excusing it. It's bad. It's injuring people actually.
Yeah, that's the thing. I thought. Yeah, I know about the Ukraine around, but I thought it was among the group. Like, I know they've injured it themselves many times. I
Yeah.
mean, and I know they've done it with other people, but it always looked consensual from both sides, from what I've seen. I mean, I've literally been in a brawl with the clowns while yucking around. Like, if it's just yucking around in a melee fight and no lethal weapons are pulled, I don't mind it. That I can look the other way. It's when weapons that can literally be lethal, like a knife, a gun, or a Molotov, anything that can be potentially lethal, that's when I draw the line.
No, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
I've had constant fight with my weapons myself, so
Put my ad down. Yeah. But that's like I said, that you have to really get to a place where you understand what you can tolerate, because it's not just about her. It's
yeah,
about you too. The friendship is two people.
yeah, two is straight.
Yeah. So you have to be sure that you can be her friend if she's doing these things, and people are getting hurt for no, you know,
No
reason.
reason.
Can you see that behavior and not say anything? Because the thing is, if you're doing what you want to do and you have somebody who's always, every time you're around them, well, why are you doing this and you shouldn't be doing that, but you're not going to want to deal with being lectured all the time. You're not going to want
Mm,
to feel judged all the time. So you have to make sure that you're not going to feel the need to do that all the time. And
yeah,
if you are, but you suppress it, then are you doing a disservice to yourself? Are you going to start to resent her at some point? Because if you do the other, she will definitely resent you.
yeah, and also she shouldn't be like she can't force me to approve or accept what she does.
Right. That's right. But you can't force her to not choose this path for herself if it's what she wants. Even if you are 100% right, like you're foreseeing down the line her realizing that this is not who she is and this is not going to fix what she's been through, or
Yeah,
what she's been through has made her feel, and she's going to go back to the Joanna mindset that she had when you met her and be absolutely ashamed, disgusted with what she's done. Because you think about it, at some point, if she is not fully embracing this new way of being and everything, if this isn't something that is what she wants to be, and there's a part of her that's going to come out of this at some point, imagine how she's going to feel when she has to confront the fact that there are people who look at her the way she looks at the smileys.
Oh
That there are
Lord,
people who
am I
see
doing
her as
that?
a monster. Huh?
Oh Lord,
Yeah.
I think you just quoted her.
Did I?
Let me look real quick. I still have the angry note that she gave me. Where is it? Tough. Oh, you don't get to treat me like I'm some kind of monster when I trusted you. I believe we could get through everything. I thought you would understand, and you threw that away. That's one of the many things she wrote on the angry note.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about is she. No, that's what she says, right?
Hmm.
But what if you're right about what's going to come down the line? When all of this that she's doing doesn't fix what she's been through. Like it doesn't make her feel stronger, it doesn't make her feel better. And she realizes that people that she's molotov, people that she's run over or hurt in any other way, that they feel tortured, victimized by her. Like they see her and they feel when they see her the way she would feel if she saw one of the smileys that hurt her.
Hmm.
How does she comprehend, how does she mesh that? Do you get to still be a victim and feel victimized when you have created victims of your own? Instead of getting help and getting better and dealing with your stuff, you become exactly what you fear.
Yeah.
You instill the kind of fear in other people that was instilled in you. So if she doesn't completely embrace this new way of being, and at some point she realizes what she's done, you might be the only friend.
She's gonna need someone to be there for her.
Yeah. But you have to ask yourself, can you be a friend to her if that doesn't happen? If there is no big awakening or realization down the line where she realizes what she's done and what she's become and needs somebody to help her deal with the reality, can you be her friend anyway
Reality.
if this is who she is now?
Hmm.
Because from what she wrote there, you said she does not want to be judged on it. And she don't, but the thing is, this is the thing, she doesn't want to be judged on it, but she also doesn't want you to see her or treat her like she's a monster. But in your eyes,
I
the
didn't mean to
actions
make her
that
feel
she's
that
doing.
way.
Yeah, but Patrick, you have to be honest with yourself too. If it wasn't her and it was somebody else that was doing exactly the things that she's doing, would you think of that person as a monster?
I probably
That's
would have
the.
just ignored it.
Huh?
I probably would have just ignored it from anybody else.
Okay. All right. So that's the thing. If you're the behavior that she's doing, if somebody else is doing it, even if you ignore it, but what would you think of the behavior? Would you think that person was despicable? Would you think that person was like, I guess, a monster? Would you think that they were behaving in something that you wouldn't want to be a part of?
Hmm.
See, that's not something for you that you have to answer me, but that's something you definitely have to answer for yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be this. If you guys don't ask these questions of yourselves and then meet and understand these things about each other and create the proper boundaries, you are one of you or both of you are going to have to compromise yourselves in order to appease the other person's way of
Yeah.
thinking or being. That is And if that happens, your friendship is already over. You just haven't let it die yet.
Mm,
So you have to think about that.
yeah, it's a lot of thinking.
Yeah, it's not easy,
No.
but you have to be honest about it and you have to communicate effectively. Like, don't hold things back because you don't want to upset somebody, because the thing is, the upset is going to happen anyway. Like, it's like rip the band-aid off and just do it at one
Yeah,
time from the beginning.
yeah. Like I said earlier, I think once she's ready to talk, it's gonna be a really long conversation we're gonna need.
Yeah, it will be. It will be. But that's what I'm saying. When that conversation happens, you need to be prepared to be honest about your position too. It's okay to
Yeah,
compromise. It's not okay to compromise your morals for
yeah,
somebody else. You know what I mean?
yeah. In a way, I started doing that a little even before that happened.
Yeah.
I may or may not have done some things that I would not have
Audra!
done before. Oh,
Yeah. We were abandoned, so we're still here.
That's okay.
yeah.
It left us.
I love this. Every time someone says that, I think of Jurassic
We
Park.
didn't have sushi.